Leaders of Tomorrow Season 10. It's been 10 seasons of empowering small businesses such as yourselves and hand-holding and guiding you in your growth journey. I'm Sunanda Jayasheelan. On the show tonight, we're talking all things retail with two big exclusive interviews. First and foremost, I'm in conversation with Myntra. Also in the hot seat tonight is The Body Shop.
Festivals are all about festive sales. After 2 years of the pandemic impact, everyone is prepared for the huge sale, which is just at the beginning. Major online players have also expanded capacity and opened fulfillment centers to cater to the surge in demand during the festive season. And e-commerce has seen an exponential rise in India in the last decade, especially through their annual sales. Many small, local brands have also emerged in the last couple of years to serve customers during the Great Indian Shopping Mela. Leaders of Tomorrow caught up with Myntra, a leading e-commerce player in fashion, to understand how well prepared the online players are and how Myntra is gearing up for the super sale.
My first conversation tonight is with Nandita Sinha, CEO of Myntra. In this exclusive conversation, joining you live from Bengaluru, she talks to us about the BFF, or the Big Fashion Festival, why she's so optimistic about the retail market in the country, and she talks to us about trends for India's small businesses in this exclusive conversation. Listen, I'm so happy to have finally managed to get time with you, Nandita. I know it's been a very busy period since you've taken over in Jan of this year. And this is possibly the busiest period of the year for you. And I'm so happy that you've managed to make some time for us.
Thank you. My pleasure entirely.
Thank you for joining us, and so much to talk about, but let's of course talk about BFF and the fact that this is possibly the biggest sale for you, or is it the year-ender?
No, this is going to be probably our biggest sale of the year. I think what is really special about this year's festive season is the fact that this is the first festive season after 2 years where people are really stepping out of their homes, they're celebrating with families, traveling to meet families, celebrating with friends, and there is a huge upbeat sentiment in the market. I think the markets are picking up, and it also gives us a great opportunity to help style our consumers for the festive season, and that's what BFF is all about. So I think everyone's really upbeat about BFF, the Big Fashion Festival, and we can see all the signs as we are going in that this probably will be a great festive season, and consumers will really you know, they are not just shopping for themselves, they're shopping for the entire family, and they're not shopping one outfit, but they're shopping for an entire look. So it's all coming together to make this the biggest event of the year.
Let's break that down and really talk about perhaps what segments or what categories you're anticipating will see really high demand. Clothing, of course. What else?
I think, like I said, you know, as the festive season started in the beginning of this quarter, which is the festivals of Rakhi, Ganesh Chaturthi, we started seeing a huge upsurge in categories which are built around festivities. So women's ethnic wear, for example, we've seen great traction around that, and sales going up by twice the normal days during the festive times of this season. But also, like I said, completing the look, so categories like jewelry, footwear, really growing during this time. What also has been a great, you know, story as far as growth is concerned is men's occasion wear. So you're seeing a lot of, you know, I think 30% Y-on-Y growth on the men's occasion wear, because again, 2 years there were no occasions and therefore no fashion shopping that happened for that. But now people are really stepping out, and that's a segment that's growing. I think what's really interesting, and we'll see these trends continue for you know, as we go into the next few years also, that even teen fashion and youth fashion is becoming a big trend. So this year for us also, we've seen that our youth collection has increased to 30,000 style, or teen collection has increased to 30,000 styles. And that's really a segment that's growing. So I think these are the categories that we're really going to see huge growth in. Along with that, beauty and personal care has been a great, you know, is an adjacent category to us from a fashion standpoint, and this is a category we are seeing huge growth in. So whether our selection, which has grown twice what it was last year, to almost 1400 plus brands participating in it, to what we are seeing consumers pick up from this category, all of it is seeing a tremendous growth. So I think that's where we are seeing us take big bets for the festive season.
Market reports suggesting massive numbers, anywhere between upwards of nearly $12 billion for the entire market itself. How do you see this really growing? And impressive growth as well, of course.
I think, let me kind of talk about scale in a few different ways, right? And which will help you understand how all of us are really prepping for the growth that we are all anticipating in the market, right? So I think the first thing being the number of brands that are participating for us in this festive. For this festive edition, we've added almost 6,000 brands and 1.5 million styles, which is 50% more than what we had in the last edition.
Okay.
Last year.
Sure.
Also, if you look at how I think overall we've been prepping for the festive season, not only in terms of the selection that we've enabled on the platform through our brand partners and sellers, but also in terms of the fact that as we are prepping for deliveries, right?
Yeah.
We've created almost 16,000 employment opportunities across the value chain.
Okay.
So supply chain, warehouses, call centers.
Internal capabilities?
These are all
Partners.
sure. Right? These are employment opportunities created through partners. What's interesting, and every year I think this is something which we take great pride in, that our commitment to D&I continues because we've been able to have 2,500 women and almost 300 people with disability take up these job opportunities. Sure. Apart from that, I think the tech side, right, that's always interesting when you scale up for a festive edition and event like this. We are geared up to do 13,000 orders per minute and almost 9 lakh concurrent users. So I think as we are prepping also, we are prepping for the kind of scale that the market is predicting, and our going in signs are very, very good. So that's how we are prepping for that scale.
Okay. We were speaking about trends as far as just your categories and your segments are concerned. I want to talk pricing also as a strategy and as a trend. Typically, because it's like you were saying, 2 years, people haven't really spent. What's the trend been for the market, not just for your company? Trend been for the market, has it been slightly on the higher side? Are people willing to spend more because they haven't spent so far?
I think two things have happened over the last 6 months.
Yeah.
One is especially for Myntra, because we are a platform for curated branded selection. What we are also seeing our consumers do is pick up new season merchandise, which typically they are then willing to pay a little more for.
Okay.
So I think that has been a great growth story for us as we've started this year, especially since April and May, where people are actually upping their office wardrobes, their going out wardrobes, etc., and really picking up new season merchandise as part of their wardrobes. I think, however, as you look at the festive season, right, I think the festive season is really about great selection at accessible, making great selection accessible to our consumers. To that effect, I think creating this huge array of selection that I spoke about, for us, international brands is a big play that we enable on the platform, because that is about accessibility. So therefore, how do we bring more international brands on the platform? Macy's is something that we're launching. And, you have Trendyol from Turkey, Free Soul from Italy. So it's actually bringing the best of global fashion. And value constructs through our bank partnerships like Axis and ICICI, rewards that almost 200 brands are giving to our insider customers, the great value offerings that brands are actually helping customers access through this fashion event. And I think on top of that, because we want this to be a great celebration of really post life after 2 years, a great reward strategy to be able to help customers not only just get great access, but also reward through different reward constructs to help them celebrate a little bit more. So that's really the whole strategy around making fashion and making brands, both international, D2C, Indian homegrown brands, accessible to our customers.
Okay. For you personally, you of course took over early this year, although you've been with Myntra.
With the group.
With the group for a while now. What has this period been like for you? What have your learnings been?
The festive season?
Yeah.
I think the festive season is all, more so this year, but always is about really anticipating what customers will need and how the market is going to turn out to be, and therefore prepping for that much, much more in advance. Also, the festive season is about setting new benchmarks for customers and for brand partners, and really helping create opportunities for the brand partners to bring their best to the customers. So I think it is anticipation and setting up new benchmarks, keeping the team excited, motivated, because it's a huge scale event. People work really hard. So I think bringing that sense of purpose and that sense of excitement and that sense of innovation, I think those are three big things that are always there. This festive season have remained so. Really driving scale and doing things differently with innovation has been the other big thing.
Okay. Anyone who's watching anything online or even TV, I'm sure, can't help but notice your ads, and you have brand ambassadors like Virat Kohli and Anushka. What is having these really big names, and you have several such big names on your bandwagon promoting your products, what is having those voices and those brand ambassadors, what does that mean for you as a business? And based on that, your advice for a small business to say, this is perhaps, if you're working with someone not as big as, these stars, but if you're working with the brand ambassador, this is perhaps how you should be working to ensure you're getting the best value and ensuring that your brand identity is being communicated.
I think, especially for us, as we go deeper into T2, T3 markets, T1, T2, T3 markets, I think having names like Virat Kohli, Anushka Sharma, Ranbir Kapoor and Kiara Advani are helping us communicate our story to these consumers at scale. They carry stature, and it's a very, very good mutually symbiotic relationship where we build on each other's fashion and star stature credentials. So I think that's what these big names bring to the table. And therefore the reach that they provide and the relatability that they provide to audiences across the country. This year we've reached out to almost 250 million consumers through our advertising for BFF. Also, what is very important as with celebrities of this stature, but even different kinds of celebrities, is to tell a great story. I think that's very important, and that's what I think we've been able to do this year, is to create a great story along with these great names and build an association. For small businesses, I would definitely say that social media is really something to tap into. Almost 50% of the consumers today are Gen Z consumers who are hooked onto social media. So how do you use social media celebrities, influencers, and help them tell your brand story is something which is very, very key. So I think those would be my two pieces of advice.
I'll slip into a quick break on that note. On the other side, we'll continue this focus on the retail space. A conversation with Shruti Malhotra of The Body Shop coming up. Also, Sanya Malhotra joining us to give us her take as far as the retail market is concerned. Do stay tuned. Welcome back. You're with us here on Leaders of Tomorrow. My second conversation tonight, also on the retail space, The Body Shop, in conversation with Sanya Malhotra. Shrithi, good chatting with you. Let's start by really talking about the vision and the idea behind this campaign.
Sure, thanks. Y25 is a program that The Body Shop has started in September in partnership with Young India Foundation. And I'd like to call it a program because it's a 3-year program with a clear goal of, amplifying young voices in public life. India is a huge demographic dividend, and as per the Government of India survey from the Statistical and Program Institute, 50% of India is below 25 years of age. And one of the surveys and a large study done by The Body Shop along with United Nations Secretary General's Office on Youth came up with very, very interesting findings about Indian youth, and that 86% of Indian youth want to have a role in public life as compared to 78% in the rest of the world. So there's definitely a big thumbs up for Indian youth because they want to be responsible, purpose-driven, and committed towards making choices for the future. So our program Y25 is all about amplifying young people in public life, because we believe that the generation of tomorrow is going to inherit the planet of today, and will be, the pressing issues of today will be the world that faces them tomorrow. So it is only the right thing to do to empower young people to come into public life and to, work towards a future that is more equitable and just for them.
What would you say is the importance of the younger generation's views as far as public welfare is concerned?
As Shrithi said, that younger generation is going to be the one inheriting this planet, and we need that fresh and passionate approach that they get in our public life. I think, and I'm really happy to be a part of this program that the Body Shop India is coming up with, the Young India Foundation.
What is your outlook for the Indian beauty market, Shrithi? What can you tell us?
Beauty industry is really going through a transformation, and what's happened in the last 2 to 3 years has really disrupted the beauty industry. So I think one of the very clear, a clear direction which the beauty industry is going through is the way young people look at beauty. And young people are the beauty that they're looking for is the beauty that enables them to be comfortable in their skin. And they look at beauty also from the point of view of self-expression. They also look at beauty from the point of view of, celebrating what they like most about themselves. So it's a very unique and fresh perspective towards beauty. So at the Body Shop, we are very happy that this is the way beauty is transforming itself today. And the second factor that I would say is very important is the way young people are looking at beauty that is kind on their skin, it's kind on the planet, and it's sustainable beauty. And I think we are very, very, very rightly, placed, because that's something very, very, very close to the brand ethos of being a beauty business which is based on principles of profit and principles. And the way we look at beauty is to make sure that we're building a sustainable future for our customers and for our planet. So I would say that trends, I would not say trends, but the direction towards veganism, the direction towards inclusivity in beauty, the direction towards celebrating their own skins and their own bodies is something which is going to be the transformation of beauty for the future.
How about your own growth and expansion strategy, Shrithi?
I think our complete mission and vision is to remain focused on the consumer, and for us it's all about the consumer. So right from day one until date, for the last 17-18 years, we've been focused on making sure that we reach wherever the consumer is. We've been growing very strongly this year as well, with a strong double-digit growth, and the festive season really holds a lot of hope for us. And we're focusing now in terms of, our next direction is really moving to small tiers, which is tier 4, 5 as well. And we want to reach where the consumer is and making it more convenient and enabling them to discover beauty in their own towns and cities.
Why did you decide to collaborate with the Body Shop? How does it perhaps align with your own values and your own initiatives?
I've been with the Body Shop India for a year now, and I feel extremely proud to be associated with a brand like this. Not just with the products that they come out with, I think the compassion that they show for the people is the same that they show for the planet as well. And I feel really happy, and I'm actually learning a lot through this association, whether it's the community projects that they do, like this one, the Y25, and I feel like really happy and proud to be a part of the Body Shop.
Being a millennial yourself, what are some of the initiatives that you support?
I think as an actor, I am very, very mindful of the kind of projects that I pick up and how I want women to be portrayed on screen. Growing up, I think I never had, as an audience, I never had, a character that I ever looked up to. I always saw characters being damsel in distress, people coming to protect them. And I'm really happy that I'm a part of this change in the industry now. Whether it's a character that I did in Puglet, which is Sandhya, or the characters that I'm doing now, I feel really good that through my work I am able to empower youth, and I am able to, spark that change among the younger generation watching my work.
Sanya, what's the importance, in your own words, of starting this campaign? What can you tell us?
I think, as Shrithi said, with Body Shop India, we really motivate people to really embrace their natural, whether it's skin or hair, and I really resonate with it.
Can I just add here, because what I have learned from Sanya, I've been working with her for the last 1 year, and she's really opened up. And though we follow as a brand, we have very clear principles on how we want to project beauty and really disrupt the beauty standards, but she's been so authentic, and we've learned a lot from her in terms of her authenticity, her strong character that she portrays, how comfortable she is in her own skin, and how natural and she's very unpretentious, natural, and it's been a pleasure working with her. So I think she embodies the Body Shop in more ways than she can imagine that she does actually.
Shrithi, what can you tell us about expansion beyond just the metros into tier 2, tier 3 markets? What's that pipeline perhaps looking like?
Okay, so very exciting plans for the Body Shop, because for us, we are beauty's destination for gifting. So Diwali is all about gifting, and at the Body Shop, we just totally focused on making sure consumers have immense gifting choices across fragrance, across makeup, body care, skin care, hair, whatever they're looking for at all price points, hundreds and hundreds of gifting options that you can choose from. So we are really focused on Diwali as a time for celebration, where after a long time people will celebrate as one with their friends, with their family, and we are really looking forward to that period in time. It's a happy period for us. And also this Diwali, we're coming up with amazing new launches. It's never been the number of launches we have this year has never been there before. So we have great, fantastic new launches, and we really encourage customers to come into our stores and experience our new launches. So great times ahead for the Body Shop, and we hope that consumers will like what we have for them.
That's all we could pack into tonight's episode. If you have any feedback for us, do let us know. Our contact details on your screens as we speak. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.